Hello.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome.
We're here. It's time for Star Wars Unlimited.
Welcome to a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, check these cool cards out, though. Check out those cool cards. Look at that. Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Darth Vader, right?
Right. So if you have been trapped in a hole and have not heard about this game, this is the new FFG Star Wars card game. Now, Justin and I have played quite a few
I would say we've played
FFG's Star Wars card games.
We've also played every Star Wars card game.
Yeah. And we've got a bunch of card game necromancies and some of the old Star Wars card games. And we're checking out the new one. Now, I've gotten ahead. I've had a chance to play this, and this is Justin's first shot at it. So you're going to get his live reactions to it, which will be fun. I've really enjoyed the games that I've played up to this point. We'll see if playing with Justin changes that. But there are, just a quick overview of the game. There are 5 types of cards in the game.
Okay.
We've got, first and foremost, our leader cards here. So this is a Luke Skywalker leader. And just as an aside, the 2-player starter for this game is going to have Luke and Vader in it. And this is the only place to get the leader Luke and the only place to get the leader Vader outside of promo opportunities.
Are there unit versions of them?
There are unit versions of them, and we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so here is your leader. You'll notice up here you've got a symbol there and a symbol there, and these are aspects.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna real quick show a base card as well. And this is a base, the Administrator's Tower. It's got another aspect here. There's 6 aspects in the game.
So you pick a leader and you pick a base, and that's where you get the aspects for your
That's correct. So when you're building a deck, so these decks will work the way that we expect them to, just because they were built. But I think the deck building is going to be very interesting in the game because of this, because you'll get to pick 3 aspects and basically build a deck around it. There are bases that have abilities on them that have less health.
Okay.
So, objective of the game is to reduce your opponent's base to 0. For the starter, both of us start with 30 HP bases. Justin's deck is red, black, green. And real quick, those aspects are... and Justin's playing Vader. If you want to pop up the Vader leader right next to Luke, just preview our abilities. They mirror each other, as one might expect.
Play the dark side, or dark black card this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit and deal 1 damage to a base.
Yes. I'm trying to find out what the aspects are called. Are they called something in here? Let's see. There we go. All right. So, black is villainy.
Right.
The Luke's little yellow symbol there is heroism. Luke is a vigilance hero. So blue there is vigilance, and red is aggression. Green is command, and yellow is cunning. And those of you familiar with Star Wars, a lot of the characters are going to go into the symbol that kind of makes sense for them. So like Han, Lando, Jabba are all cunning characters. Some of your Rebels characters, like Kanan is a vigilance character. Sabine is an aggression character. So there's a lot of, like, you can kind of see where people go. Now, there is a command Darth Vader. And so there's the rare, or the unit Darth Vader.
That already opens up tons of possibilities for design, right? Like for different units, for like being, this is a command and vigilance unit.
So there is a there's these 2 heroes in the starter, and then there are 10 more leaders in the base set
total.
Yeah, so you got Thrawn, who's a cunning and villainy character. You've got Boba Fett, who is a cunning and villainy character. So you got 2 different types of cunning and villainy characters if you want to build decks around yellow, black, and then some third color,
okay.
Right? Hera is green and yellow. There's actually no unit Hera, but all the other Spectre characters, all the characters from Rebels are in there.
Okay.
But there's also a Sabine leader, and there's an Andor leader.
Okay.
And so there's
Enjoyers Rise Up.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That part right there is already cool in my opinion. There's a million decks. It's clear they made aggro and control and mid-range options for the game. The Sabine, and we'll get to, I guess we'll dive into what leaders actually do now. So
I will say, usually Fantasy Flight games, usually the most fun time to play them is when the first set releases.
Oh yeah, because it's all balanced. It gets less balanced from here. But actually, the stuff that I've seen of the game, the stuff that I've seen is really fun and interactive, and we'll get into that once we actually get to some gameplay.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Luke has a leader ability, which says pay 1 and tap him. Give a shield token to a hero unit you played this phase. So, Vader, if you've played a villainy card, you could pay 1 and tap him and deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a base. The bulk of the game takes place in an action phase where we alternate taking actions. So unlike Magic or even Keyforge, card games where both players take their full turn and the other person goes, there's no interrupts in this game. However, you take an action, they take an action.
You always have a chance to respond to what your opponent's doing.
Yeah. The stuff that I've seen, I played a game on Friday where my opponent had Vader come out and do massive damage to me. The following turn, they played Emperor, and did even more damage, and I still won the game.
Okay.
I managed to win the game after that. Tons of interaction in the game. All right. Now, you'll see that both of them have an epic action. And this is a once per game ability. And so, leaders, once you hit their resource threshold, you can play them for free. And then they come into play. So they're big, they can provide big swings. So now, we're going to flip both of these real quick. These cards are dual-sided. And there you go. There's a Luke and Vader right there. Yeah, there we go. All right. So you'll see the 6 up there. Luke has 6 cost, even though you don't actually pay resources for him. Luke has 4 power. That's what that red number is. That's the damage.
6 cost is like you had to control 6 resources, right?
Yes, yeah. But there's also cards that refer to
cost of
cards, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so that's very relevant. HP is on the side there. That's blue. And then both characters have an on-attack ability, which means when they attack, you get to use their
Is it a before fight ability?
That is, so the rule book actually comes with a nice
like a timing chart?
breakdown of the timing chart of what happens when you attack with a unit,
okay.
Which is really cool. Vader's thing is pretty important there, deal 2 damage to a unit. That happens before he does his damage. That's before he does his damage with his power. So if somebody has a shield on it, shields prevent all of the damage of the next attack.
Shield.
So Vader could strip off a shield and then punch somebody for 5.
That's pretty good.
So, yeah, and we'll get to the initiative. The initiative is an important part of the game, but we'll get there once we actually get into the game.
Okay.
But yeah, there you go. There's our leaders. Now, if your leader dies, that's it. They're done. They can't come back. It's not like Commander. They don't go back to the command zone.
You don't have access to their abilities anymore?
You do have access to their ability.
You do?
But the turn they die, they go back exhausted.
Okay, so you can't do it that
So you
turn.
can't use it that turn. Okay. However, the leader comes into play. They come into play ready. And you ready them like after they come into play. So you can, so you could with 6 resources, you could play all the stuff you wanted to play and even use Luke's ability, then play Luke, and then Luke can come in and do some stuff. So leaders are really cool. I like them as a catch-up mechanic because they provide a big spike of pressure in the middle of the game.
Okay.
All right. Those are the leaders. For this game, our bases don't have abilities. There are bases that have epic actions on them.
These are the baby abilities.
These are bases. Yeah. Now, so the games I've played, a lot of times, once you get to the point where you're doing damage to the base, you're doing huge chunks of damage to the base.
So the difference between 25 and 30 is
substantial, right? Okay, I mean, Luke attacks for 4, right? So if you have a 25 hit point base, like that's one full swing from Luke that the 30.1 can absorb without dying, right? All right. Now there are leaders and bases are the major ones. There are units. The leaders are also happen to be units. But we'll throw out Yoda there. You'll see there he's got his symbols on him. Now you can play cards from other aspects that other than your base and your hero, but you have to pay a resource penalty for that. That's if you were building deck construction, like if you were using normal deck construction rules. And for this, you don't have to worry about that for these decks. But Yoda here is a 2 power, 4 hit points. Has an ability called Restore 2. It says when this unit attacks, heal 2 damage from your base. And when defeated, which means when Yoda dies, you get to choose any number of players and they each draw a card. You'll also notice that Yoda is a ground unit. There are also space units here. So this Alliance X-Wing right here, it's a 2/3 for 2, and it goes into the space arena when you play it. So we've got these are the actual
Space Zone
mats.
It's been a while since we had a Star Wars game with zones.
Yes, yeah. So these are
We've
mats.
seen this before.
When you deploy a unit, it comes into play exhausted.
Okay.
But it's going to be deployed to the zone, the arena, I believe, is the technical term. They go to the arena that they're from, which is really cool. That's units. There's a whole bunch of abilities, keywords on units. Restore is one. We've got Sentinel. If you find a Sentinel, throw that up there. Here is a unit with Saboteur and Raid. Raid means it gets a bonus to attacking, bonus to its power when attacking. And Saboteur means it gets to ignore Sentinel and defeat the unit's shields when it attacks.
There's a Sentinel.
And Sentinel is basically Taunt from Hearthstone.
Okay.
Everything in that arena has to attack a Sentinel unit before it can attack either other units or the base. Chewbacca is a Sentinel. Here you go. Here's a Chewbacca there. Chewie fans. I've heard your pleas.
3/6.
Yeah. Sentinel, and when he's attacked, you get to ready him. So you can play him, and if your opponent attacks into him, then he can attack in the same turn that he's played.
That's pretty good. I got Overwhelm.
Oh yeah, Overwhelm's another one. There you go.
Really good.
Yeah, basically trample from magic.
Yeah. It's trample for magic, except you target what thing you're attacking.
Oh
right?
yeah. So you attack something with 1 hit point, and the rest of it tramples through. Right. Another keyword is ambush. I'm just going to read from the back of the rule book real quick. After you play an ambush unit, you get to ready and attack a unit in that arena. It's only a unit, right? So it's kind of
like you get an extra action. It specifically does a thing. Okay,
yeah,
great.
Yeah, so you play it and it does its thing, right? Grit. This unit gets +1/+0 for each damage on it. So there are some like high hit point guys who do more damage. The more damage they take. The leader Chewbacca has grit.
Okay.
I think we cover. There's just an ability called Shielded, which means when it comes into play, it gets a shield token. So, all right. Now there are upgrades. Is another card type right here. And so this is Luke's lightsaber. And this attaches to a non-vehicle unit, so you got some restrictions on where it goes, and then it gives the bonus hit points here. Bonus attack here, bonus hit points here, and then this has a when played ability. If you play it on Luke, you get to heal him and shield him. Pretty swingy thing right here. There's a couple other upgrades. I would say there's like upgrades have like the enchantment problem that Magic has,
where it's like a 2-for-1.
It's a 2-for-1 if it dies.
If Amelia gets killed, then you're out a card and you're out 2 cards.
In this game, from what I've seen, the upgrades, if you've got a ready unit and you play an upgrade on it, it ends up being like a huge power spike that's like not easy to deal with because it takes your character's power and kind of busts them off the curve, right? Because a lot of the power and toughness are based off of like an actual curve and stuff like that. So sometimes when you play like a little unit and then it picks up like Luke's lightsaber, it's just like doing crazy damage.
Okay.
So, now there are a couple token upgrades that come in the starters because there are a few cards that use these. Experience is just a +1/+1 counter. It's a token upgrade, and then on the flip side of this, these are duals. This is the shield token, and this specifically states if damage would be dealt to a attached unit, prevent that damage, and if you do, defeat a shield token on it. So you can actually, unlike if you remember the Star Wars LCG, you can only have one shield on you at a time. You can actually have multiple shields. It's not easy to do, but you can. You can have layered shields.
Okay.
Where you can actually stop damage multiple times.
All instances.
It prevents, if it would be dealt damage, prevent all that damage and remove a shield from it. So yeah. The starter does also come with some tokens. There's these cheap kind of cardboard ones, which are fine. They're useful. They get the job done. It actually does come with some epic action tokens to show if you've used your epic action.
Okay.
All right, and then real quick, the last card type are events, and this is your actions. This is your instance. Well, I guess in this game they're all sorceries, but you pay the cost. This is based on the original trilogy. So
It's
this
all of the
this
things,
is
right?
all of Star Wars. This is all Star Wars. Now, there's lots of stuff that are, I would say, direct references to the direct references to original trilogy stuff, like for instance, the Han shooting first and whatnot. So here you go. This trick here, that's a subtype. So Asteroid Sanctuary, exhaust an enemy unit, give a shield token to a friendly unit that costs 3 or less. This is a very powerful tempo card from what I've played.
Okay.
That's the crash course on that. The starters actually are legal, like they're 50 cards.
Deck.
They're 50 cards. They're full deck. Deck construction rules are no more than 3 copies of a card. And these starters, the backside of the base actually gives you a full list of all the cards that are in it. And these starters, each of them have cards that are only available in the starter, but they are full play sets, unlike the traditional Fantasy Flight method of forcing you to buy multiple copies of the core to get all the cards. R2-D2's...
So, a unit isn't limit 1 per deck or whatever, like a unique guy?
Right.
Okay.
Well, so... your resources in the game, you can play any card face down as a resource.
Okay.
So if you draw extra copies of a unique unit, you can put them face down as a resource. Now here's the this is kind of subtle, but I really enjoy this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna shuffle. We'll draw 6 cards, and we'll decide whether we're gonna mulligan or not. And a mulligan in this is just throw your hand back once, draw 6. And then of those 6 cards, we'll take 2 and put them face down as resources. And then we just jump into the game.
Okay.
All right. So we actually kind of skip turn 1. We immediately go to both having 2 resources. And the action phase, we each take turns playing actions. Whoever has the initiative counter. So this is the initiative counter. We can roll for initiative real quick just to see. I've got a 6. You've got a 4, so I've got the initiative. So I'll take an action, you take an action. Our list of actions are play a card, attack with a unit, use an action ability on a card in play, like your leader, take the initiative, or pass. If both players pass, the turn ends.
Okay.
If one player takes the initiative, they get the initiative token, but they then have to pass as all of their other actions.
Got it.
Okay.
So draw 6.
Draw 6, yeah.
What's up, Rabbi Gruen?
Hello.
So then I decide if I want to mulligan this hand or not. I think I do want to mulligan this hand because there's a lot of 4-cost stuff. Yeah. And my only 2-cost thing is Vader's lightsaber. So.
I will keep my hand.
You have to keep hand 2, I assume?
What's that?
You have to keep hand 2?
You have to keep hand 2, yeah.
Okay. When you're paying for stuff, do you tap the resources? Something indistinguishable?
That's correct. Yeah. You exhaust them.
You exhaust them. Okay.
Exhaust resources, yes. All right. Play that as a resource. I'm going to keep my hand, and I guess I'll play this as a resource. All right. So I've got the initiative. And that's it. We're set up. We jump immediately into the action here.
So at the end of the round, do we draw back up to 6? Is that
no? At the end of the round, you draw 2, and it's called the regroup phase. So draw 2 cards. Whoever has the initiative chooses if they're going to put a card down as a resource or not, and the other person gets to choose to do that.
So you only play the resources during that
only
phase?
During the regroup phase. Yeah.
Okay.
So our first turn here, we've got 2 resources. And then from here on out, we're only going to get 1 resource at a time. So, can FFG not mess it up? Actually, there's a lot of indicators here, meaning that they've kind of learned their lesson from what I've seen. They had there was a big unlimited thing this weekend where they actually flew a bunch of content creators out to go play the game. It was like an invitational thing.
That's pretty cool.
And we could start some drama with D House from the Wild Wormhole if we wanted to take up the mantle of Zach
not being around
for that.
bully.
So, all right. So I am going to spend 2 and play C-3PO. I'll just throw C-3PO here. C-3PO is a starter deck only card. You get 3 copies of him. It's a 1/4. When played or on attack, choose a number, then look at the top card of your deck. And if its cost is the chosen number, you may reveal it and draw it. So the most common cost in here is 2. So for C-3PO, I'm going to say 2. It's 2. It's Leia. I'll show off Leia while I'm at it. She's a 2/2 for 2 that says when played, either ready a resource or exhaust a unit.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, she's very good turn 1 because you could play her and then use Luke's ability to shield her. So,
okay, I'll play this Viper Probe droid. When played, look at an opponent's hand. It's a 2 for a 3/2.
All right.
It is a ground unit.
Yeah, so it goes to the ground arena. All right. Now, when you're attacking, you decide whether you're attacking the base or another unit in the arena.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. So you get to look at my hand. My hand is Leia. Wing Leader. It's a 2/1 for 3. And it says, when played, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly rebel unit. Fleet Lieutenant. When played, you may attack with a unit. If it's a rebel unit, it gets +2/+0 for this attack. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is a 4/6 for 6 Sentinel, and when defeated, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly unit. If it's a Force unit, draw a card.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take the initiative. I have no other actions that I want to play here, so I'll take the initiative.
I guess I'm also done.
All right, so yep, pass. So now we draw 2. We put a card down as a resource. I think it's got to be this. All right, and I'm back to having the first action. I am going to. Is it? I have to. So this is where the game is like I can get real aggro here, but I can get hyper punished. I'm actually going to play Wing Leader for 3. It's a 2/1, and when played, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly rebel unit. I'm going to choose C-3PO, so C-3PO is going to get big.
So he's a 3/6, which is pretty scary, right?
Yeah, he's 3/6 now. Yep.
Okay. I'll play this Cell Block Guard.
Okay, Sentinel guy.
3/3
Yeah.
Sentinel guy.
Yeah. All right. That cost you your 3 resources.
Yep.
All right. So I was actually in my experience, the most powerful card in that deck in the early game is General Veers. He costs 3, and he's a 3/3, and he says all of your other Imperial units get +1/+1. So he just throws all of the math off for the curves.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always trading up.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, C-3PO has to attack this cell block guard. So he's going to swing in for 3. And I get to use his on attack ability here. So I'm going to say 2 again. It's the most common. So we'll go 2. This is the Consular Security Force, which is a 3/7 for 4. So I missed there. I don't get an extra card. All right. Your action.
Question is, do I just throw this Viper Probe droid away to kill C-3PO or just attack your base?
All right, so this deck does have cards that can heal damage.
Yeah, okay.
It also has cards that can heal the base, right? Yeah, it's up to you. I think killing C-3PO is good too.
Yeah, I think that's.
There's
I'll
another
throw it in there.
Another play is to take the initiative.
Yeah, right.
Right.
It feels bad not having it ready or having a unit like.
Yes, yeah, having
activate.
a ready unit and not do anything with it. Because now that gives me the option to take the initiative, which I'm going to do. I'm going to take the initiative. But C-3PO's toast. Goes the discard pile. Those are discarded.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, so we'll ready up. We'll draw 2. And then we'll put a resource down. I think it's this. This goes down as a resource.
All right, you're first.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 3 for Fleet Lieutenant. There's a 3/3 that says, when played, you may attack with a unit. If it's a rebel unit, it gets +2. So I'm going to choose Wing Leader to attack your base for 4. Putting it down to 26.
Okay.
And I'm incentivized to do that before you play a unit and ping the Wing Leader with Vader's ability. So
I guess I can do that. It costs 1.
Cost 1, yeah. I was telling Justin before the stream that he was going to want to play this game more than once. So after this game, we might run it back and play another one.
Yeah, that seems fine. I'll play the Super Laser Technician.
Okay, he's really good.
Which is when defeated, you may put it into play as a resource and ready it, which is good.
Yeah.
And then I'll use the Vader ability there.
So I actually have that was your action. My action, I'm going to use Luke's ability to give a unit to give a shield token to a heroic unit you've played this phase. So I'm going to shield the Fleet Lieutenant here.
Oh, this isn't like a reaction; it's an action. Okay.
Yeah, it's an action. Yeah, so I'll do that there. I can't shield here to stop you from pinging this because I played it last turn. And then it's your action.
So I'll do the thing.
Yeah.
So I do this.
Yep, and my base takes 1 because of Vader's ability.
Okay.
So, blink. And then I'll grab the initiative again.
I'm done.
All right, so we'll ready up. And draw 2. And then throw down a card. This is tough. It's got to be that. I don't think I've... So this Consular Security Force, I do not think I've played this card.
It's a Villanella 3/7. I mean, it's pretty beefy, but
7. I mean, 7. It takes an amazing amount of beating in this game. Like it goes a long way. Okay. So we're both at 5. You can't. There's like maybe you can Vader me this phase because there's like a play where you play another Super Laser Technician and then use Vader to ping your own Super Laser Technician or something like that. So I am like that's a possibility. I think I just take this unit and attack your base for 3. There's an argument to hold off on attacking him. I can wait to see if you play something, but also I can get some damage in.
Okay, I'll play Recruit, which is search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit reveal and draw it.
Okay. All of the searching in this game is look at the top X cards and then reveal your search target and then shuffle the remainder and put it on the bottom, which I like because that speeds the game up as opposed to searching your whole deck, right?
Oh, okay, bottom of the deck in the random order. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen Tarkin yet, but Tarkin...
Same thing.
He actually... So Tarkin is a 2/3 for 4. That when you play him, you look at the top 5 and then choose 2 units, 2 Imperial cards, and put them in your hand. So he's really good. Tarkin is a starter deck only card.
Okay.
So...
Okay.
All right. I'm going to spend 2 and play Leia. And when played, either ready a resource or exhaust a unit. I'm going to exhaust the Super Laser Tech to keep you from being able to use him to ramp this turn.
Okay. I'll play the Tarkin.
There you go.
So I'll search the top 5 cards for up to 2 Imperial cards revealed and drawn to the hand.
Yeah. Target might be Chroma keyed here, but we'll show him off. There you go. Not Chroma too.
How do I know if it's Imperial?
It's got a subtype Imperial.
Okay.
So like your where on the unit it's going to be between like the HP and the power.
Alright, I'll get this First Legion Snow Trooper. And I have like Palpatine in here and Relentless, which is huge.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Another Tarkin.
Yeah. So the Palpatine's crazy. Relentless is good,
insane.
but
I'll get the
Palpatine's kind of crazy.
Getting the other Tarkin seems okay too. But...
Yeah. We'll show off Palpatine real quick. Tarkin and 3PO. They only come in the starter. You can use them in whatever deck you want. But so here's Palpatine. Overwhelm, 6/6 for 8, and when played, deal 6 damage as you choose among enemy units.
It's pretty good.
So, just absolutely bonkers. All right, I'm gonna spin 2 and play an Alliance X-wing up here. Your action.
I'll take the initiative.
I am going to pay 1 and use Luke's ability to shield the X-wing up here. Okay, and that's that. Ready up. I wonder if I should have shielded. Nah. I'm gonna shield Leia instead. I played Leia the same turn. I'm gonna change. I've changed my mind. Change my mind. Shield in there. All right. So draw 2. This card's going down in the resource row. Right, exactly. So there are 3 Tarkins in that deck. There are 3. This Leia is starter deck only. If you want, I'll go real quick. It's R2D2, C3PO, Leia, and Luke's lightsaber, and the Luke, and it is Admiral Mahdi, Grand Moff Tarkin, Vader's lightsaber, and I Am Your Father. There are 3 O's in that.
So I'm gonna play this Imperial Interceptor, which when played may deal 3 damage to a space unit.
I should have.
You're sure?
I should have. How much do I want to stall Vader? It might be best if Vader just comes out. And might be best if I just let Vader out and I try to answer him. All right, we got some damage into you. I think I'm gonna have Leia attack your base for 2. All right.
I'll play First Legion Snow Trooper.
Okay, it's 2/3. Yeah.
2/3, and when attacking a damage unit, this gets +2/+0 and gains Overwhelm.
Yep.
All right, your turn. Yeah, I already like how this game flows, I think.
Oh, the back and forth is insane.
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Yeah, there were 2 guys. So there were 2 guys who were playing today, and they'd played some other games in the store, and I've chatted with both of them here and there, and they were talking about how much they liked the action thing, and the one guy was like, "Yeah, I'm not sitting around waiting for my turn." And I was thinking to myself, I was like, Commander players, when they experience any sort of agency,
dude. Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have the Fleet Lieutenant attack your base for 3. I think I'm ahead, and my guys are shielded, so I think the play here is to force you to answer me. Right? That's the Hearthstone mentality. That we just go face.
Okay, I'm gonna attack Leia.
Okay, so shield is gone. Okay. I am all right. We're gonna hit you with a trick. I'm gonna spend 3 for Waylay, return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So we'll put the Super Laser Technician back into your hand.
Okay then. I guess I'll take initiative.
All right. So I am going to spend 3, and I'm going to play Yoda. And then I've got 6 resources, so we're bringing in Luke. And then Luke is going to the house. Luke's coming into your base. Attack for 4, and then he gets to shield a unit. So I'm going to shield Yoda. All right. And that is that. Ready up. Draw 2 and then resource 1. No, this guy's going away. This is the new game, P-Rod. It fully launches in less than a month. I think it's March 8th is the full launch.
They could come out and just attack Luke, right?
Yeah, so you can, yeah, but it's
Wipe
an
out
action
Luke.
to play Vader.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah,
I
it's-
just ready him.
yeah, it's an action to play Vader. But you can also spend your resources before you play Vader there, like you saw in that phase where I waited to bring out Luke until after you had taken the
Yeah.
initiative.
I'm gonna play this cell block guard.
All right, Sentinel. All right, so my action. I think I have the fleet leader fight the cell block guard, and I lose the shield token there.
Yeah, Nathan got these from the store. They're just retail.
Yeah, they actually. So this was like a first for that I've seen for an FFG game. They had like a ton of events. Like they did a lot of promotion for this game leading up to its release. These were free promos given to our store. We got 3 copies of the starter deck, which boggles my mind because I don't think we haven't seen that in years from Fantasy Flight when it comes to games. So. You want to do it all again, don't you?
Yeah.
All
I think I just attack Leia.
right, she's toast. You want to go back to the beginning and do it all again. All right, I am.
I want to buy a bunch of cards and build decks.
Oh no, I do.
Yeah.
Go like so. Just read cards for the game. Just read cards for the game, and you're like, oh man, that looks really sweet.
Yeah.
There's a leader Sabine, and if you have 4 resources, you can play her. So she comes out of the gate fast.
Okay.
All right. But there's also a unit Sabine who says if you've got 3 or more aspects among other units in play, she can't be attacked. And she is like super aggressive. You can build like a whole, like the Rebels deck. They're all like uncommon and they actually look good. Like the Ghost, like when you play it, you can shield another Spectre unit. Zeb is like when he kills something in the ground arena, he does damage to something else in the ground arena.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks fun. All right. I think I just keep going to your base, right? Like you're so close to just dead. Yoda is actually I think it's Luke. Luke goes into your base now so that I can shield the fleet lieutenant.
Okay. I'll play Admiral Mahdi.
Oh, okay. He's very good, yeah. All right. I'm gonna spend 6, and I am going to play Obi-Wan, Sentinel, and when defeated, give 2 experience tokens to another unit. If it's a Force unit, draw a card. So they recommend do the Keyforge thing where you move like your taunt stuff up front.
Oh yeah, okay. Play this TIE fighter.
Okay.
A 2/1 guy.
Yoda's going into your base. Tag you for 2. And now Yoda he restores 2 from me, so I go. I gain 1 hit point there up to 30.
Okay. So I'll attack you for 3.
All right, I'll take the 3. I'm gonna take the initiative.
I'll do the Vader thing to ping. I guess I'll do 1 to Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Is it 6? He's 6 HP?
Yeah,
Okay.
so he takes some damage there.
And then I'll get Vader in play.
Yep.
So ready's right.
Yep.
And then on attack, I'll attack Obi-Wan.
Yep.
And I'll do 2 damage to Luke.
All right, so Luke takes 2 damage. And then Obi-Wan does damage to Vader, and Vader does damage to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan dies. When he's defeated, I give 2 experience tokens to a unit. So I'm going to give those to... put experience under here. He was shielded. I'm going to give Luke, I think, 2 experience tokens. And draw a card because he is a Force unit. He is a Force Rebel unit. And I draw 1.
Okay, and then Tarkin will fight your base, I guess. I don't know. I might just need to do some damage to Luke or something. Yeah, I'll just fight Luke for 2.
Okay. Tarkin just runs into Luke.
Alright, I am done.
Alright. Are we ready? We draw 2. I am not going to put anything down as a resource.
Okay.
Alright. And so I've got the initiative. I'm going to spend 2 and surprise strike with Luke. Attack with a unit. It gets +3 for this attack. So Luke's coming in for 9, which is what you were at.
Oh, okay.
Which defeats you.
Fair enough. Alright, yeah, let's play again.
Yeah. I found like the more you get to leverage your leader's abilities, the better off you do. But they're like, I think so. The top end in the Empire deck is so much heavier than the top end in this Rebel deck. Because I killed you right before you could play Palpatine.
Right.
And
correct.
Palpatine.
He was going to come down.
Yeah.
To do some things.
Yeah. And there's I lost a game because I couldn't deal with this stupid Walker. There's a 9/9 AT-AT in that deck.
God.
And the opponent played Veers, and then did this thing, and then played something that made the AT-AT have Sentinel. So I was going to have to crash all of my ground units into the AT-AT to kill it. And the AT-AT just attacked my base for 10.
Yeah.
And then the following turn attacked it for 10 again.
Yeah.
And just like smoked me.
Okay.
So you have to, you really like. I think the Rebel deck really needs to put the pressure on the Dark Side deck.
This isn't really a demo deck. This is the actual 2-player starter.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are 2-player starters, but they gave them out as demos. Like we got 3. This is the commercial product. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not really demo decks, but these are 50 card decks. Like they're legal to play.
When does the game come out?
March 8th, I believe, is the full release. There is like a pre-release weekend the week before. There's a bunch of tournaments, so check your local.
Yeah, I can see drafting this pretty free. Is there limited rules that we can see?
Okay, so every pack has a base and a leader in it. And when you're drafting, you have to draft. You have the resource restriction, so it's like Magic. You're still trying to draft the curve. You're trying, and so like I enjoy.
Can you use any base or leader in the game, or do you have to get ones from the draft?
I think it's the ones from the draft. I think you end up drafting them. Every pack comes with a leader, and every pack comes with a base, and then there's like a bunch of other cards.
What if you don't draft one?
Then I think you're a dummy. I think you're a big old dummy.
I feel like that's a problem. There's gotta be generics, right? Or there's gotta be like you can use whatever.
But the thing is if you're drafting, there's like 6 bases or something, or you would end up. I'm not sure how many packs you draft with, but there's 3 bases for every player, right? Because you're drafting from multiple packs,
right?
So I don't see how you couldn't. You just have to take one of your last pack or something, right? So
I think it's I Am Your Father card is trash.
The deal 3 or draw. Yeah, you remember how that game ended and you had like 7 cards in your hand?
Yeah, because I had already to like target Luke with, but like, well, I'm just gonna draw some cards that aren't gonna help me, and I just played a card and I spent 3 resources to do nothing.
Yeah. So yes. I think card advantage in this game is surprisingly a trap,
Well, yeah, because
which is
action advantages everything.
yes,
right?
Yes.
You can have access to more
Well,
cards.
the initiative is important.
Initiative is pretty important.
Do you want the initiative this time?
Sure.
Just to see how big of a difference it makes. So
I'm good with my hand.
yeah, I'll keep my hand, and I'll put down. Here's my 2 resources. But do you see this about the resources? Like we're immediately into the action, right? Like you're so much. There's so much more intricate stuff going on faster in this. Ewok, Leader of Doom. I don't know that I've seen a whole lot of
This guy.
Ewoks. There is a Jawa card.
We're gonna need an Ewok set.
All right, I'm going to play the Alliance X-Wing.
I'll take initiative.
All right, that's that. Draw 2 and put 1 down. Ooh, don't like getting rid of this, but here we are.
Plays TIE Fighter.
Hmm. I'm gonna attack the TIE Fighter, I think.
The question is, do I use the Vader ability or upplay this thing?
Yeah, see? That's the thing about this game. Like, every time I go to take a turn, I'm like agonizing, right? You're just like, ooh. But if my opponent does this thing...
What if I make a huge mistake?
Sam, the 10-man gaming. Hello.
So I'm gonna... Alright, I'm just gonna play Snowtrooper Lieutenant. So when played, you may attack with a unit if it's Imperial. It gets +2 for this attack.
All right, so
I'm gonna attack for your base for 4.
Yep, sounds good.
Let me reset the totals here.
Yeah.
What's up, Sam, the 10-man gaming?
All right, so I take 4 down to 26.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to play R2-D2, and when you play him, you get to look at the top card. You can choose to put it back or put it on the bottom. So I'll put that on the bottom. So R2-D2 and C-3PO combo.
So I can't... And passing is like... I wonder if I should have passed there.
Yeah, so if you pass and I pass, the turn ends.
Right.
You still have the initiative. Right. And that's what I found myself asking quite a few times when I was playing. It was like, should I pass here? So
I think I should have passed there. Because, like, I could have activated to shoot. I could play this guy and attack for 4. But really what I want to do is play this guy and attack for 4. So if I played this guy and then I was able to attack R2-D2 for 4, that'd been sick.
Yeah, because if I play R2-D2, then you can ping him, and then this guy attacks R2, kills him, and dumps damage into the face without even having to play that guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I am going to spend 2 and play Leia, and I'm going to ready a resource.
I'll take the initiative.
I'm going to use Luke to shield Leia.
Okay.
So I had Leia. So that's what I was waiting to see if you played something bigger. All right, draw 2 and resource 1. Is it time? I think it might be time.
Looking to get into board games? Board games are pretty fun. Pretty great.
Release your own board game. It's never been easier to do that than in the era of Kickstarter, fortunately. This, I would say that this mirrors my favorite aspect of the Destiny, which was the action back and forthing.
Yeah.
Right? Because that I felt was where Destiny was the strongest. And yeah, this just has all
The
that.
choices are more meaningful already, I can think. I feel like.
Yeah. All right, the X-Wing's going in for 2. I'm gonna get my damage in for you, Vader, and kill it.
Okay. I'm going to Vader. I think I shoot the shield off Leia.
All right, shield is
And 1 damage to your base.
all right.
Yeah, the hardest part about board game design is prototyping it and then playtesting it a shit ton.
Yeah. So Leia's gonna go into the cell block guard there.
Okay.
Attack for 2. And be captured, I suppose.
Now, what does R2 do on attack?
I get to look at the top card, and I can choose to put it on the bottom.
Okay. I think I just attack your base. So I'll attack for 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay. R2 is going to run into the cell block guard.
Okay.
R2 is going to take 3, and is going to look at the top card. Ooh, that card is really good. I think I got to keep it there. I think I got to keep it there. All right, your action.
I think I'll take out the R2 then.
R2 is toast. He's got a damage. All right, and then I'm gonna play Yoda for 3.
When he attacks, you heal 2 damage. So, okay, I'll take the initiative.
All right, I'm going to shield Yoda with Luke's ability. All right, and we're done here. Ready up.
This game's really good.
You liking it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Oh
good.
yeah. It's scratching that card game itch.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah. I agree with you.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those like I sat down. I played with my boss, and we were like, that was pretty good. And we sat down and played again. And then a random customer came in. And I was like, hey, you're playing this now. And we sat down and played with him. Played with another coworker. Then played with a third coworker.
So I have initiative. I will play Tarkin. It's like the top 5 for 2 Imperial cards.
Yeah, we're both kind of running low on cards.
Interesting.
All right, I'm gonna attack your base for 2.
Okay.
I don't know if that influences your decisions or stuff like that. There's 4X games are always they're not easy to design necessarily, right? Because they got so many moving parts. The most recent 4X game that I played that I really enjoyed was probably Northgard, which is based off of a video game, kind of like Frostpunk.
Wait, ATST and Mahdi.
Ooh. So Mahdi's really good in that deck because you can use it to ready Vader. So you like play him the turn before Vader comes out, and you can get like 2 swings with Vader in the same turn.
Seems pretty good. Right. Oh, now it's my turn. You didn't attack while I was looking
Are you feeling cautious because it's FG? Yeah, there was a customer.
We've been there, man.
there was a customer in the store that were like, "Hey, man, check out the new Star Wars card game." He was like, "Yeah, I know it exists. I know it's also FFG, so I'm not playing it."
Yeah. I will attack your base for 2.
Yep. I'll take 2. I'm gonna play the Consular Security Force. I'll spend 4.
You've done it.
This is the world first Consular Security Force on stream.
I'll attack your base for 2.
I'll take 2. All right, down to 18. I am gonna shield the Security Force here.
I'm gonna play this TIE Fighter.
All right. Yoda is going in. Yoda's coming in. We're picking off somebody. I think I got to pick off this guy. So I'll take out that guy and then restore 2. So my base is healed for 2. Yeah. Now, we actually...
I'll take initiative.
I pass.
Okay.
So we actually went back and upped our order for Unlimited. Like, the more stuff that we saw for Unlimited, the more excited we got. Ooh. That's going down there. Yeah. I mean, it's possible that they got a mandate because it's the Star Wars license, right? Where
To
it's
make-
like, where
to
it's
do
like,
this right.
it's like we need to see a business plan. I need to see what 5 years of this card game looks like. Because from what I understand, this is designed like well into the future. They already spoiled set 2 starters. The set 2 starters are Mando and Moff Gideon.
Ooh, sick.
That's so cool. you get to have them play as the Mandalorian and as Moff Gideon as the set 2 starters, right?
I'm gonna play this in an interceptor and do 3 to a unit.
Bang! All right, toast. I am going to play General Dodonna. Other friendly rebel units get +1/+1. Now my X-Wing died, and Yoda's not a rebel, but my Consular Security Force is now a 4/8.
Okay. I'm gonna attack your base.
All right, I'll take 2.
Definitely lots of good. It's like all the designers that used to work on Keyforge, actually.
Yeah, Tyler Parrott is one. Couple others. Yoda is going to go into your base for 2, and then I'll heal 2.
I'll fight your base for 2.
Yep, take 2. I'm going to shield Dodonna.
I'll fight your base for 2.
I'll take 2. I'm bringing Luke in. Here he is. Here's that boy.
Oh shit, it's that boy. So I can play Mahdi, then you basically just murder him.
Yeah, you get to ready one of your other units there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that it also directs an attack somewhere. So I'll play Mahdi.
Yeah. So the thing about like a card like this, I don't have direct damage, right? If you were playing against like another Vader deck, he'd get plinked off before he get to do anything useful.
Mm-hmm.
This deck doesn't do that.
Yeah, you have to spend like
right.
an action to deal with it.
Yeah, and that's like, no, I'd much rather go into your base, right? Okay, I'm going to send Luke into your base for 4, and I'm going to shield Yoda.
I'll pass.
I'll have the Consular Security Force. I can even up the score. I can get it down to 16 up. No, I'm sorry. Luke is a rebel. He's actually +1 from General Dodonna, so you take another one. So they actually get ahead if I have the Consular Security Force go into your base. So that's what I'll do. I'll swing the Consular Security Force in your base for 5. 4.
4, yeah.
And
I will take initiative.
Okay. Okay. Pass. Yoda is shielded.
I am your father, easiest resource of all time.
I think this card goes down. I think this card's actually fairly useful. All right. Your initiative.
So you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 15. I'm at 15. Oh, that's interesting. You're at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What'd that Vader do? Yeah, that's pretty good. Do I have to immediately present Vader? That's the question.
Present Vader.
They all have shields.
Luke
Except Luke.
doesn't.
All right, I'll present the Vader.
Oh.
Actually, do I present the Vader? I think I have to present the Vader.
All right. I am going to play Asteroid Sanctuary. Exhaust an enemy unit, give a shield token to a friendly unit that costs 3 or less. So I'm exhausting Vader, and I'm shielding Yoda. He's double shielded now.
Okay.
Double shielded.
I'm going to fight here.
Yep. Shield is gone.
Ready, Vader.
All right. Luke is dumping 5 into your base and is going to shield Dodonna.
I'm going to fight Dodonna.
I have to get my damage from Dodonna. I guess so. I'll do 4 damage to your base.
6. All right, so Vader will. So I still can't kill that good guy.
This guy?
Yeah.
The best card in the game, Consular Security Force?
Yeah.
I do like that Luke. That Darth Vader
6.
just kills Luke. This is the Cloud City fight.
That is cool.
He just beats him.
I'm going to play Vader's lightsaber.
Oh!
I'm playing it attached his unit as Darth Vader, deal 4 damage to a ground unit, so I'll shoot that for 4.
Oof. Oofa.
And it gives him +3/+1.
Yeah.
Big.
Big.
Big if true.
I'm at 16, huh?
Yep.
So 8, 10, 15. I'm looking at 15 damage there. All right, Consular Security Force is going. Attack with Yoda first. Oh, yep, Vader can outkill this thing. So yes, I attack this in your base for 3.
Okay. So, I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Here at 16. Okay. So
Yeah.
do I just lose now? I can't kill. Because the thing is, if I attack you, you just take initiative. You don't even have to attack with Yoda this turn, right? So you can just take initiative and then immediately kill me. So I'd have to like wipe everything out somehow, but I can't do that. Doesn't give him overwhelm, right?
Nope.
No. This does get everyone when attacks a damaged unit, so there may be something there, but I can't really like get even anything killed. Alright, so I'll attack your base for 8.
All right, I'll take 8.
I'll do 2 damage to Yoda.
All right, he loses a shield. So I have to take the initiative there, because you could just take initiative and attack me with Vader first thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I take the initiative.
It's really interesting. Okay, so yeah, I can like attack you for 7.
Yep.
I can play this probe droid,
Look at my hand.
but that's
I have
it.
Han Solo and Repair. The Han Solo card, I'll just show him off real quick. 6/6 for 7 with Ambush. It says after you place a unit, may ready an attacking unit. When attacking this unit, it deals combat damage before the defender. If the defender is defeated, it deals no combat damage back. So yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, Han's good because Han comes in and just
That's pretty
hits
good.
people with the curved bullet.
Okay.
That game was good
Yeah.
because you get me down to 1. But yeah, so You see that? This is pretty good.
Because like if I was able to Vader action that turn,
Mm-hmm.
that would have been the 1 damage.
Yep.
But I couldn't really plan for doing the Vader action. I was going to have resources available for it, but I feel like I just needed to get Vader in to stop your onslaught, and I did need to do that because the playing of the Vader's lightsabers will stop me from losing.
Yeah.
So,
right. This game's good. This game is good. The more I play it, the more I'm like, the more I love it. So
this game's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
I feel like they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
With this one. I think the only contention for some people is the art. The art doesn't bother me, but I understand if people don't love the art. So yeah, this is Star Wars card games have always been
boxes.
Yeah, these actually came in the starter. I'm sorry, that's the Vader one right there.
Okay.
So and they are sized for sleeves. So you can use these as deck boxes with sleeving them. So
yeah. All right, thanks for watching.
Appreciate everybody hanging out for our Star Wars Unlimited debut. Glad you enjoyed it because I wanted it to not be crazy and think, oh man, is this game actually really really good?
No, I think it's pretty good.
This is like, to me, it's got like the best elements of a lot of their past Star Wars games, but managed to smash it into one thing. And the options like.
Making a cube sounds pretty fun with it.
Yeah. Just to get curated deck experiences, I think will be fun. So I have no idea what Constructed's going to look like, but I mean you've got ground and space going on, and you saw in that game like space accounted for a decent amount of damage.
Yeah.
Like so you can't just ignore up here. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play more.
Yeah.
Not today, but
soon.
We will do this again.
Yeah. This is out as of March 8th. However, there's a bunch of pre-release stuff that's happening. There might be a store near you that's doing a preview. There was apparently one of those that happened this weekend where you could get promo copies of the Vader and the Luke. So check stores near you. And there are pre-releases that are going to happen the week before the full retail release.
Okay.
As well.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, I would be excited to play, like, if it's a sealed event, that sounds sick.
Like, limited formats for this game sound awesome.
I never care about deck building, right? I don't care about Constructed. I just can't.
Yeah.
But I might play some Constructed, because, like, that Destiny, it was fun.
Yeah.
But it gets old. It just gets old.
You kind of play with the script, right?
Yeah, you play like, oh, this is how this matchup goes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not my jam, really. Games.
You got 50 card decks and max of 3 copies. So I do actually think that your variance per game is probably going to be a little bit higher with this.
You're
than
only
say
seeing
Magic.
like 20, maybe not even 20 cards.
So both of those games we got what? I mean, you got to see more because of Tarkin and Recruit and stuff like that.
But it was
but Card Advantage
20 maybe.
The thing, Tarkin is a 2/3 for 4. And he says draw 2 cards on him. However,
it slows you down so much.
Your card game lizard playing brain is like, oh, that's good, right? But I played a 3/7 for 4, and that guy could have fought almost everything you put in the ground arena and killed all of it.
They could have at least gotten 3 kills without.
Yeah, before it finally died, right? So yeah.
All right, we're gonna go to a brief
intermission. We'll be back with Keyforge in just a second.
Yeah, then we'll switch to Keyforge. So thanks for watching.